Good afternoon. Again, Neeraj present before you all to discuss something about business policy and strategic management. Last class, I took and introduced business policy in the term of this strategic management process. But unfortunately, that video is lost somewhere. So just I am recapping it in nutshell, in very precise manner. Then we proceed to further discussion. So you can say this is my first class of SMBP through this platform. Now we talk about strategic management. I am making it very clear to you all. Whenever you think and talk about strategic management, then it means organization wants to align, to match its strength with opportunity. Opportunity is laying in the external environment in the form of say more profit, more market share, innovation or anything. And organizational resources and capabilities are within the organizational reach. That is quite internal. So organization wants to match its objective, its mission, its goal with external environment opportunity. And in this process, whole process, organization tries its best to plan and execute its business in the strategic way, so that if any upset would be happen because of any external or internal factor which is not considered by the management, despite any upset, the business as a whole, company as a whole would be healthy. That is prime aim of strategic management. Company should not be suffer to a great extent, and for the purpose, company has to formulate right strategy and give its utmost attention to manage its strategic planning in utmost rational way. Now, in the light of this discussion, our whole discussion about the strategic management process, strategic planning and all the concepts would be discussed, and a framework is given out. What we narrated just before, the whole concept has been given out in the precise components manner. 4 phases are there. Incorporate the strategic management process. These phases, distinct phases are there written. First phase is known as strategic intent. Another phase is known as strategy formulation. Afterward, strategy implementation. Afterward, strategy evaluation. Now, look at strategic intent. It defines, you look at the hierarchy of intents. Strategic intent defines what an organization exactly stands for, what organization is meant to do. This is defined by strategic intents. Now, V for vision. Here company or corporate defines its vision. Vision is we can say it is company aim for the long term. Company defines its wishes, what it intends to achieve in the long run. That is the vision. Second one is mission. Mission is the specific purpose which combines company with the particular society in which it is operating. That is mission, a specific purpose. Business definitions. Then company has to define different businesses under umbrella of company as a whole. There might be a number of businesses underlie the company. Every business has to be defined in the precise manner. Now, in the strategic management domain area, business is defined in terms of 3 dimensions. First dimension is customer need. Second dimension, customer group. Third dimension, technology, alternative technology. If any dimension would be changed, then business would be changed. So business has to be defined precisely in 3 dimensions: customer need, customer group, and alternative technology. After defining the business, company has to define business model. Model incorporates, it defines the idea of revenue generation. It tells how company will create the revenue. This is defined by the model. If model would be changed, then way of generating or creating the revenue would be changed. And then company has to define its specific goals in terms of particular time, that is objective. Now this objective is the framework, is the platform to analyze company performance. This is benchmark of all the objectives decided by the company are the benchmarks to judge the performance of the company. So after deciding all these strategic intents, company move to another phase. Again, components are there. It is clearly written down. SWOT analysis. Company analyzes its external environment as well as it analyzes its internal environment. Various forces and factors, relevant forces and factors underlying external and internal environments are to be analyzed, assessed by the company. What is the outcome of this assessment, of this SWOT analysis assessment or SWOT analysis? What is the outcome? This is, in fact, this external and internal environmental analysis is known popular in term of popular acronym, that is SWOT analysis. What is the benefit of SWOT analysis? Company would be positions to match opportunity with its strength, to capitalize its strength in order to tap the opportunity, or neutralize its weaknesses to overcome the challenges. These are the benefits, and these benefits are obtained by formulating right strategy. Now, a strategy is the action plan or the game plan which a company formulates in order to achieve its strategic intents. So, now formulation of the strategy have to be done at different organizational levels, starting with corporate level. As I written down here, corporate level, then business level, then functional level, then operational level. Corporate headquarters is liable for formulating the corporate strategy. Then in that corporate umbrella, whatever businesses, the number of businesses might be there, every business is having responsibility to formulate the strategy to make its business profitable in the given environment with the given resources. And then functional level strategy, that is in a particular business, the different functional area like finance, like marketing, like HR, like information technology, like production, or any other functional area, functional policy has to be formulated in order to achieve functional goal, and ultimately strategic intents, corporate goals. Now operational level. After functional level, for operational level, at the operational level has to be defined. This is quite precise strategy, and when you define a strategy in quite precise term, like quantity, like say in term of time and so on, then it becomes tactices. Tactices are very broad, this very specific. These are defined in the broadest possible manner, we can say. You have to give it maximum extent so that it could be operational feasible. Once you decide the tactics, then you move to another one, that is execution phase. Up to 1 and 2, where designing phase. Here we look at the execution phase. Now a strategy has to be implemented. Now implemented at the various, say, sub process, like project, like procedural, like resource allocation, like behavioral, like functional, like operational. Now project, here you have to establish the organization for achieving your strategic intent. So organizational setup can be headed under project implementation. Now procedural implementation, you have to think about particular type of regulatory framework in which your organization is going to be operated. Procedural, resource allocation, for operating the business and achieving the goal, what and how much resources your organization requires, you have to assess, you have to procure, then you have to allocate. Resource allocation. Behavioral, here managerial styles, non-managerial styles, corporate policy, power, politics, values, ethics, these have to be decided and propagated. Behavioral approach. Functional policy, we have to make it more and more precise and then implement. Then operational has been written down in 4 terms. First, here you have to give your proper attention on productivity. Second, process. Third, people. And fourth, pace. Productivity, process, people and pace. 4 P's are there. In productivity, you have to look at output and input ratio. Then it comes to process. Here you have to decide what would be mechanism, what would be technique to convert input into output. Then people, what would be needed level of skill and talent of the people for handling the strategy and achieving the goal. You decide. Then pace, what would be say production's pace. You will have to decide what would be, say, level of the production, scale of the operation. You will have to decide. Then after having all this, we move to the last phase, that is strategic evaluation. Here you assess the effectiveness of a strategy because you have already implemented a strategy. Now at regular interval you have to check whether a strategy is being implemented in the right manner, or it is achieving its intended goal, or if it is deviating, it is not getting say achieve the intended result. There might be an n number of reasons for not effective performance of your say ongoing strategical implementation. So now there is need to correct, to control, through a strategic evaluation or assessment, you establish control mechanism, and here you devise the various control techniques, various control tools, and if needed, then even you can reformulate the strategy. So these all were exhaustive component list of SMP, the strategic management process. Now, as you all know, I and Bhanu sir are sharing this subject, interesting subject. Bhanu sir will take all these things, will take all these things, will take all these things. I will take specifically this one. My topic of discussion would be confined to SWOT analysis and strategic formulation. We will see that what is exactly corporate responsibility regarding a strategic formulation, and what is responsibility of a business underlie the corporate regarding a strategic formulation. Then how it will be, how it can be executed in the effective and efficient manner. We will analyze all these things. So let's start our discussion with the topic that corporate management strategic planning. Let me write over here. Corporate strategic planning. Very important topic. Here we will discuss what is the exact responsibility and accountability and authority of corporate regarding a strategic planning and management. And afterward we will definitely look at business strategic planning. So these two topics in the broad head we will cover. If we talk about corporate strategic planning, then 4 important planning activities underlie the corporate strategic planning. What are those 4 important activities which every corporate has to perform, which every corporate has to plan? We will write down one by one. The first one is establishing mission. Second one is defining SBU, a strategic business unit. Third one is allocation resources. And fourth one is establishing new businesses. So these are 4 different categories of activities performed under strategic management and planning by the corporate. First one is this establishing mission. Here corporate, this is the essential authority of the corporate to establish mission. We will look at great detail in our next class about the mission. Then if we cover afterward, the organization has to define its strategic business units. Then the third concept is what are various resources needed to the organization, and then accordingly organization has to decide exactly what should be amount of resource to allocate to the particular end. And at last we will look at how and what is the procedure to establish new businesses, new opportunity to tap in order to achieve its objective. Thank you for today. Thank you very much.